Howdy hearties, dinky do, it's just me, Scottie McCLUE, and we are of course live on the big one. Dinky do, lovely to be with you. Tremendous stuff. I thought just quick pop up, say hello to everybody and see what's actually happening. So fantastic stuff. Glad you can come and join us. Sorry we're shaking about a bit. I'm just going to pop this machine down so that we can see what's what. Rusty Neil's just joined us. Phil's joined us. Lovely, lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky do, I say to every single one of you. Fantastic stuff. Lots and lots of you joining us now. That's tremendous. Let me know where you're watching from. That's always the best trick. It's just amazing. Alex has joined us. Lovely to have you with us, Alex. Welcome, welcome, I say. Wolf, Ali Wolf has just joined us. Hello, Ali Wolf. Absolutely. Have you got people with you? Or are you, you know what I'm saying? Tommy has joined us. Dinky do, Tommy. Tommy Hands, marvellous man. Hello, says Lewis. Hello, Lewis. How lovely to have you with us. And Dinky do, it's just me, Scottie McCLUE, on TikTok's Top Talk Show. Popping up to say hi to every single one of you. RM Vet, Dinky do. Good evening, Scottie. Richard, JD Tanner. Always so lovely to hear from you. Down in the south there, in Maidstone, did we agree? Arsenal or Tottenham? Oh, go and see them both play. Make up your mind. They're both good teams. Evening, Scottie. Dinky do, my friend. Tommy, thank you very much. Thank you for your kind comments. Still going strong, says Tho. I'm very glad to hear it, Tho. Well done. You keep going strong. Howdy, says RM Vet UK. RM Vet, we salute you, sir. There we are. Fantastic stuff. I can tell you a few stories about the RMs. How lovely is that? Stuart's reposted it. Thanks, Stuart. Very, very important. Thank you for reposting. Thank you for following. Thank you for joining us. Lots and lots of new videos for you. Now, they're all for you guys. The most successful platforms on TikTok are the ones that give you something. So it's not about me. It's about you. How good is that? And all these videos, I make them because I think this will give my beautiful TikTokers a smile. This will maybe brighten up their day. You know, a kind word here, a kind word there, you know, that sort of thing. So it's not really about Scottie McCLUE at all. It's about you. Always remember that this platform, this particular TikTok, is about you. There we are. And it's for you. FWP. Hashtag FWP, I say. Howdy, howdy. Absolutely, bro. Now, what have we got here? Carbolic, Dinky do. Can you say happy birthday to Lucy, please? I can, Joes. Yes, indeed. What's the national anthem of Scotland? National anthem of Scotland, Sophia. Well, I'm only going on the last 275 years, is God Save the King. And when the Queen was living, it was God Save the Queen. When Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was living, it was God Save the Queen. I'm a gunner, so I say Arsenal, excellent. That's what it's about, I say to you. If that works for you, Robbie, thank you for my beautiful gift, for my beautiful heart. What a lovely, lovely thing to do, to give Scottie McCLUE a wee present. We never ask for anything, but there's usually a wee goal somewhere. But if not, I don't know if there is a goal this evening. I think if you stick in a red rose or something, you know, it's just for one. Richard is so generous. There's Richard with the red roses, I tell you. Join us as soon as you can, guys. Lots to get through. Always good to see McCLUE. Carbolic, not McCLUE less, McCLUE. There we are. So let's not try and do the old passive-aggressive number, McCLUE less, because the last thing I am is clueless. Yes, absolutely. And you know that. I tell you. Unk says he's tripping. Lulu, are you tripping, Unk? I tell you, Lulu's everybody's Unk. Robbie, thank you for my red roses. What a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. We love that. CJ has shared the live. Get following, guys. Get sharing. We're 1,200 likes already, and we've just been up for a minute or two. So, let's get going with that. Cabolic 77, can you see where I'm coming from? I'm not giving you a row. I'm just explaining. That's what it's all about. Knowledge. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing, but a lot of knowledge is, that's there for you guys. Yes, so we don't need anybody cheeking up, as they say. Thank you very much for sharing, CJ. Very, very much appreciated. We love that. That's such a lovely thing to do. Dinky do. If you've just joined us, folks, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McCLUE, the First Lord of the Internet. We don't give out thoughts on politicians on here because you can get that on any platform. We're much bigger than that. So this platform's really above politics. I'm apolitical myself. I don't have any particular party. And, we'd like to see somebody that delivers for the people. FTP, for the people. So there we have it. Thank you for sharing, CJ. Very, very much appreciated. So it's always good to see you, Carbolicless. I can tell you, yes, indeed, two can play at that game. Thank you very much for joining us. Excellent. So lovely to see you. And lots happening in the land of McCLUE. I can't tell you too much because the platform doesn't like me telling you everything, but you'll see it there in the videos. Very, very important. If you pop to your app store and download Dinky Do Radio, there we go, wonderful stuff, and we can catch up there. Evening, Scottie. What's the target for likes tonight? Well, D, the target for likes is always 41,000, because that's the record for 1 hour on here of Scottie McCLUE Live. And we're at 2,000 right now. So say we did another 39,500, we've broken the target. The CBDexpert.co.uk has joined us. We love that. We love him. DinkyDoCBDexpert.co.uk. www. Now, who else have we got here? We've got Biggie. It is a Biggie, Lulu. You're 100% correct. There we go. Dinky Do now. Congrats. Absolutely. We're in there. Louis wants a shout out for his grandpas. A shout out for Lewis's grandpas. Lulu, is Grandpa watching? We'll say, hiya, Grandpa. Hiya, Grandpa. Hiya, Papa. There we go. Fanta. Ali, what have you sent me? The most beautiful, bright-coloured gift. What a lovely thing to do. Dinky do. I say to you, that is just amazing. Fantastic stuff. So 2 new radio stations on the way, guys. Fantastic. We like that. And a lovely, lovely gift there. Thank you so much. That was just so thoughtful. Guys, you're so beautiful on here. The odd wee troll, but they don't usually last. They're usually straight doing the Swanee with them. I say to you. Now, what else have we got here? Let's just see. Tell 10 to tell 10. Welcome, Scottie. Welcome, Robbie. And Robbie, thank you for all your support over the piece. Guys, if everybody watching goes tap, tap, tampty, tap, tampty, tampty, tap, if everybody watching shares, if everybody watching follows, then we are starting to get into business. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's important. By now, I should have easily 1 million followers. But I've not. I've got 35,000, I think, something like that. So come on. What's going on? I say, if there's any justice and fairness in the world, then every TikToker would be following Scottie McCLUE. No reason not to. Lola says, I hope you've had a lovely day today. Lola, I hope you've had a lovely day. I've had an outstanding day today because I just heard about another new radio station that I might be going on. Oh, my goodness me. It's like buses. You know, you can wait for hours and hours. Favourite quality street? I think the Brazil nut has it. The big penny toffee. The long, thin log, and I wouldn't be anywhere without the triangle, the green triangle. Yes, what is it we call that again? I'm trying to remember what we call the green triangle. But all of them, of course, absolutely outstanding. The coconut, fantastic. Do you still have the cracknel? It was in a red wrapper, the cracknel, and purple wrapper was the big Brazil nut. Fantastic. We love that. Outstanding. Outstanding. I could go back to the tin boxes. Yes, they weren't plastic. They were actually tin, but I love the plastic ones because they're good for holding your nails and screws in the garage. Kenny back, Dinky Doo, how lovely to see you, I say. Robbie, you've just sent me another 36 red roses. That's such a beautiful thing to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we are. Wonderful stuff. I say to you. Can you respond, Biggie? It's my birthday. I can, Lulu Biggie. Yes, absolutely, Biggie. Bestie and Biggie. Me and my old man used to listen to every Friday fishing when I was a teen. Well, there you are. Well, are you still a teen? Or is that 30 years ago? So if you were a teen, if you were 15, then you'd be 45, 46 now. Amazing. Amazing. The next generation are going to get the benefit of McCLUE. So that's 3 generations of Scottie McCLUE listeners. What about that, guys? I tell you. There we have it. Oi, Dinky Doo, tell 10 to tell 10. Absolutely, Ali. I tell you. We are the people, Scottie. Oh, we are the people. There's no doubt about that. I tell you, happy Christmas, Scottie. London Irishman, you're such a gent. How lovely to hear from you. Yes, indeed, we are the people. Tremendous stuff, and a happy Christmas to our London Irishman. Some would say we are the people. Oh, I think everybody would say we are the people. Like everybody would say, God save the king. You know? I can tell you. Watch any rugby? Haven't seen it for a while, Griffin. Used to actually play tight head prop down first. Boom! Ali is sending positivity. Ali, you are absolutely amazing. Amazing, Ali. I tell you. What do you know about ABS? Hi, Scottie. God bless you. Jesus loves you with an unfailing love. Yes, and MJ, Jesus doesn't just love us. Jesus adores us. But, he would really have to go some to adore us as much as we adore him. But he will do it. I tell you, MJ. If you're in a car driving at 100 miles per hour, how far would you get in 60 minutes? So if you're 100 miles per hour, you would get 100 miles. Is that right? Yes, I tell you. 60, a mile a minute. I can remember my mother boasting. And she said about my father, she went, it was tremendous with a wonderful run to London. We were doing almost a mile a minute. So we're going at 60. Brand new, by the way, London Irishman, Dinky Doo. And that was on the newly opened M1. See, when you went from Greenock to London, here's how you did it. Are you ready? You went to Paisley. You then went to East Kilbride. You then went to Straven. You then went to Annan and East Riggs. you went into Carlisle by the Warwick Road or the was it the Scotstoun Road? Not the Scotswood Road, that's Newcastle. Anyway, you went in by, is it Scotsdyke, and you went out the London Road at Carlisle. You then went down the A6 and you went to Kendal, right? Are you still with me? And you went from Kendal to Lancaster, and you went from Lancaster to Preston, and then you went from Preston to, I would imagine it would be Birmingham, am I right? Preston to Birmingham. And then you could split, you could go a variety of ways. You could go down via Oxfordshire. What's with the Glasgow radio thing with you? The CBD expert, 2 stations opening up very soon. As you know, Dinky Do Radio starts at Hogmanay. Yes, and you'll be able to go and download the app now and listen in. And then also we've got The Essentials, and that's going to be starting up. That's a digital platform. Fantastic. We love it. Good Lord, slow did gin. I love your accent, says Madder Kappa. Well, it's not really an accent, Madder Kappa. It's just the way I speak, and it's the way I've always spoken. And sometimes you'll get a do on thinking, false voice. Absolutely not. Dee, I think we'll say cheerio to you because you're not really up to a platform like this. Can everybody shout cheerio? There we go. And he can go and carry on with his colouring in. Anything dodgy, any sort of below-the-belt chat, any swearing, any insults, lifetime ban. That's the best way to do it, guys, on here, because you want to raise everybody up all the time. You know, they can get that sort of cheap nonsense that Dee said there. They can get that anywhere. It's just not a problem, you know what I mean? But on McCLUE, we like to have quality fun, quality chat all the way. Dinky do to you, Mr. Scottie McCLUE, user 954522. How lovely to have you with us, Dinky do. Rob's Blair Tunnock. Hey, we love it. My Cork nan would keep batteries and sewing needles in the Rosie's tins. I know. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? When they used to go out the room, you thought, I wonder if I could pinch your sweetie, and you opened it up and it was a sewing kit. That taught us a wee lesson. I love Cork, by the way. London Irishman, are you in Cork or London? I suppose you'd be Cork Irishman if you go. I love Cork. No Scotland, no parties, says Matthew. Absolutely, God save the King, Matthew. Merry Christmas, says Millie. Millie, thank you so much. How's it going, Percy? It's going well, Percy. I could buy you and sell you. Good evening, sir. Greetings from Airdrie. There we go. Sweet Cheeks says, Dinky do, darling. Thank you very much, Sweet Cheeks. There we go. Riley says, Ryan. Yes, Dinky do, Riley. I tell you, good to have you with us, Riley. The Kingdom of Fife. Oh, you're from the Kingdom of Fife, London Irishman. You're some man. I tell you, are you just Scottish? I'm just Scottish and no more. Yes, absolutely. Up the Annan. We love the Annan, the common riding, Tom. Beautiful, beautiful town, Annan. Sadly needing a massive injection of cash. If we didn't give away all our cash to Westminster for squandering, we could do up Annan. I'm having a Chinese, lovely, jubbly. What are you having, Lewis? I went to a Chinese all-you-can-eat for £10. It was a banquet. All you can eat for £10. It was wonderful. But they only gave me one chopstick. Now, who else have we got here? Carlisle, the worst place I've had the displeasure of visiting. London Irishman. I will not hear a word against Carlisle. It is an outstanding city, and it's surrounded by the most stunningly beautiful countryside in the world. And how do I know this? Because I used to work at Carlisle. Border Television was based in Carlisle. You went in the Warwick Road, aye, that's it, and you turned up left to, now what were it called? Were it Eastway? Eastway, no, that doesn't sound quite right. Have I got that right? Anyway, you turned up left, and there was Border Television up on the old Harrowby Hill. Yes, where they used to hang people, I think. And then they moved it to, where did they move it to? To Gallow Hill after that, I think. Hello from Germany. Sadly nicht Deutsche sprechen, ich bin ein Ausländer. Nicht verstehen. There we go. Sir, I tell you. Now, who else have we got? Hey, that's wonderful. Oh, if I gift, could I join? Senna, you don't have to gift. You never have to give McCLUE anything. That's not what we were about. We're just saying the success of this TikTok is because it's all for you. I happen to be here, but it's not about me. It's about you guys. That's the whole thing. So everybody on TikTok should be following. What's your opinion on England? It's a beautiful country, stuffed with beautiful people. There we go. But Scotland is away from Westminster. Do you know who Colin McRae is? Yes, very much so. I tell you that. The rally driver. Now, I hope you lose tomorrow against Gifnock. I'm not playing Gifnock tomorrow. Good evening. You should never say to somebody, I hope you lose. You know, you could say, I hope we win. That's the way to do it. Good evening from Aberdeenshire. Captain Phil, fart like and foos your doos. Aye, I'll tell you. Nae bother, furry boots in Aberdeenshire, are ye? Yes. So there we go. Yes, I'll be coming back to see you all. Stop panicking. Hi, Scottie. Michael Dinky Doo. I'm at London Heathrow, sir. Oh, my goodness. You watch yourself. Do you know, I had an idea. Dangerous. No, I had an idea. You know, they're talking about adding an extra runway at Heathrow and it's going to be mobbed and they're going to have to, you know, take up all the land and stuff. We used to have wonderful seaplanes. Now, I hadn't realised, but I knew all about the Sunderland aircraft. Shorts at Belfast built them. They were known as the Shorts Sunderland. And I think they had Pratt and Whitney engines in them. Big flying boat. But I only found out recently just how big they were. Now, they can't land in very rough sea, because you got to watch you don't tear the wing floats off. But these are beautiful things, seaplanes. And you had little passenger launches that went out to them. Now, I'm thinking if we return to the seaplane, Saunders Roe, that became British hovercraft, Roe of Avro, AV Roe, Avro aircraft, and Saunders Roe in 1952 built G-Alun, A-L-U-N. That was the call sign for the Saunders Roe Princess. These were massive flying boats, pardon me, and the government stepped in and scrapped the scheme. I tell you, but I wonder if we should go back to the flying boats and you could land anywhere, because Britain's surrounded by runways. Used to love Straven toffee when I had teeth. Oh, carbolic, the toffee. There we are, that's maybe why you lost your teeth, because you were too fond of the toffee, but it is beautiful. Nice to see you from Edinburgh, Richard. How lovely to see you in Edinburgh. And a big dinky do from Scottie McCLUE. Guys, we're at 8,000 likes. This is, I think, probably the only TikTok account. Somebody said to me, you need to grab all the audience in the first few seconds. Don't need to do that at all. My audience stay with me for anything up to an hour, and they only go because I'm gone. And that's not trumpet blowing, that's the fact. 8,000 likes, thank you. Are you Jack from Still Game? Come on now, Jack. No, but apparently I was the original inspiration for Still Game. That's been confirmed, but I would have loved a wee part. I do like Still Game. The characters are incredible. I tell you. Now then, Sonny will have to say cheerio to you. I don't think you're getting it at all. Right, so that's that. There we go. Poor old Sonny. Now then, what else have we got? I'll tell you, red roses. Sienna, thank you for my red roses. What a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. It just is such a lovely thing to do. I need 100 more followers right now. Yes, indeed, 100 followers right now. That's not too much to ask. Now, who else have we got here? Sienna, thank you for more beautiful gifts. I visited Scotland. I was impressed. Oh, London Irishman, you couldn't not be impressed with Scotland. I tell you. So there we go. Now then, where are you from? I tell you, we had to dump Sonny there for cheeking up. So there we have it. We cannot have that. Hi, Riley Dinky Doo. I've gone hi, Riley, again. Where are you from? Says Olared. I am from Scotland, Olared. Dinky Doo, I say to you. Sorry for the moving about there. Now, what have we got? I like your hat, sir. Thank you, Riley. Now, who else have we got? The Hoovercraft. Well, I think it's actually the hovercraft was invented by the British inventor Christopher Cockerell at the company I've just been telling you about, British Hovercraft. They eventually became, I think, Westland Helicopters, and that was the last one, but they were originally Saunders Roe, the launch builders. And they built boats, and then they went into building aircraft. Fantastic. Have you ever eaten a whole jar of mincemeat with a spoon? Never. Never. And I wouldn't know whether or not. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't think. You should have been in Still Game, Scottie. Oh, just a wee part, Matthew, you know. A wee bit of comedy would have been lovely. But I wasn't invited. Now, what have we got? JW, we don't do political stuff. The Hoovercraft is a Smith Vomitor. It's actually the Hovercraft. Hover. Christopher Cockerell. And if you look at Hovercraft, they've got a number on them, and the number has got a prefix of 2 letters, SR. You look at any hovercraft, look at pictures of hovercraft, you'll see SR. That's Saunders Roe. So there you are. And the Saunders was Sam Saunders, the launch builder from the old Swan. On the Thames. His family had the old Swan on the Thames. Dinky Doo, Scottie McCLUE. All right, Scottie, all right. Ethan. Ethan or Ethan? How do you like people to say that? My gran named her cockatiel bird, Scottie, after you. Is that right, Scottie? Scottie. Hovercraft, sorry, absolutely. Have you ever considered? No, I've not considered eating mincemeat with a Freudian slip, says Carbonic. Yes, indeed. These islands gave the contribution to the world genius. London Irishman. It's only the politicians that want to kill off Britain for some reason. You know, it's absolutely very, very strange because we've got all the ideas and everything that's good. I mean, you even look at Scottie McCLUE, 250,000 people per half hour listening, show absolutely perfect, nothing wrong with it, not a word out of place. And along came some guy and axed it for no reason at all and then had to pay the price. So there you are, lost his job. Do you think we should invade Russia? Matthew, no. No. I'll tell you, I don't know if you're a biblical person, Matthew, but if you go to Isaiah, behold the mountain of the Lord. It's a Scottish paraphrase. Behold the mountain of the Lord in latter days shall rise. And it's sung to the tune Glasgow. Behold the mountain of the Lord in latter days shall rise. And the last, I think it's the last verse. And it's always said in rhyming couplets because it was easier for people to learn the psalms and the paraphrases. And of course, psalms and paraphrases can usually be sung to any common meter or long meter tune. I think there might even be short meter. I don't come across it very often, but common meter is obviously the most common tune. And they've got all these various tunes that you can sing to the one psalm. And one of the verses goes, to plowshares men shall beat their swords, to pruning hooks their spears. So men shall beat their swords to plowshares and their spears to pruning hooks. So get all the world's arms companies building gardening equipment. You're the best looking ever, says Nigel. Nigel, you're very kind. Charles Wesley, the co-founder of the Methodist faith, wrote thousands of hymns. Wesleyan Methodists, tremendous people, a revival. Charles Wesley and John Wesley, the Wesleyan hymns, brilliant. Now, there we have it. Love it, Scottie. Well, there you are, Matthew. You see, we always have a wee story to tell, and we might as well tell it, you know what I mean? You just bring me joy. Nigel, what a lovely, lovely thing to say. You bring us all joy. There's AJM. Scottie, how you doing, old flower? I'm doing well. What's to do with thee, flower? Come along now. There we are. Sofonda. Sofonda is just spoiling me with beautiful gifts. Sofonda sent me a Go Popular. We love it, I tell you. Now then, who have we got here? Guys, I need another 100 followers. Why, when everybody's watching, do they just not follow? I don't understand it. If I liked something, and I know you do like this pop-up, not even to do with me, just the quality of the people that come on it. And we throw the wee trolls out, doon the swanny, you never scroll, you never troll. I tell you, Sofonda, thank you. Sofonda sent me a beautiful Merry Christmas mailbox. What a lovely thing to do. I'm an Irish Methodist. London, Irishman. Is the Methodist movement big? Because the Wesleyan Methodists, I think, am I not thinking Wales was the big centre for Methodism? Yes, Scottie McCLUE, I saw you in New Zealand last week. Amelia, that wasn't me. I've never been to New Zealand. Unless you saw me in New Zealand, you were watching me in Scotland in New Zealand. Were you in the North Island or South Island? Do you think they should build a bridge between Dunoon and Gourock? Well, I don't know. I'm very, very fond of the ferry company. The only thing is the last time I went down, I was slightly got my breath taken away with the price compared with what we used to be. But I've told the company that I've got a ferry ticket that must be almost 30 years old. And they said, no, we will accept that, Scottie. So I've got it. I'm sitting on it. And when there's something I need to celebrate, because I've got so many beautiful people in Dunoon. But Gourock Dunoon, I would like Greenock, you see, to be the financial capital of the world. It should have taken over from Hong Kong. Look what it's got, guys. A beautiful river, stunning scenery, lovely, lovely people. The town is stiff with mansion houses. from the days when it ran the whole of the sugar trade for the world, you know, and the shipbuilding and the rope making and the canvas for the sails. Just huge, huge, huge. And of course, James Watt himself, the inventor of, well, the steam condenser, but it was the steam engine. You get your pedantics trying to correct me and go, Watt did not invent the steam engine. He invented the condenser. Well, the steam engine was nothing without the condenser, because even now, a good, healthy steam engine is not that efficient. I'm trying to think, does anybody know the efficiency of a steam engine? Is it about 30%? You know, because an electric motor is 80% to 85%, I think. Am I right? Come on, all the scientists. But I'm an agnostic theist. Well, I think that you're just no sure. You're just not sure. You'd like to believe, and you're just not sure. Do you believe in mankind? Because God made man in his own image. If you believe in mankind, you believe in God. And there is only one true living God. I tell you. And there is the Word of God, and you can't change the Word of God. I've just given you Isaiah. Men shall beat their swords to plowshares and their spears to pruning hooks. So beautiful. And all your big arms companies should be manufacturing that, making big, big money, but agriculture, using every spare bit of land around the world to grow proper food. We should all be eating for next to nothing. Let's eat. LMAOO, I'm good. AJ Ma, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky Do. Now then, how are we doing, guys? I'm trying to see what's happening. Where are all the followers? Why is everybody not following? If you're not following Scottie McCLUE, ask what's wrong with you. That's what to do. Say, there must be something wrong with me. Can you say hello to my pal, the impressionist? An impressionist, I can, Ollie. We'll say hello to the impressionist. I'm following you because you're super. Nigel, you say such lovely, lovely things. But I would like to think you're following because you're enjoying the chit-chat with all the people. Yes, indeed. Love the content, Scottie. Keep it up. Thank you, B33. Are there Methodists in Scotland? Yes. I came from a place called Greenock. And on a Sunday morning, when you wakened up in Greenock at, even 8, 9 o'clock, bells ringing, bells. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Bells everywhere in Greenock, and it was stiff with churches. I could probably run through a load of them for you right now if anybody's a Greenockian. And at 11 o'clock, you had a 8 o'clock mass if you were Roman Catholic, and if you were just Catholic, which is everyone else, then your services, you had 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you had the Methodist Church. And the Methodist ministers would mix with the Church of Scotland ministers, of which there were a great many. And what we used to do, guys, remember no social media in those days. So you went to hear the best preachers. And Scotland had some incredible preachers that would preach you a sermon, you know? And they would really go for it. They would get right in there when communism was kind of trying to rear its ugly head in Britain in the early 60s. I can remember hearing this outstanding preacher standing in the pulpit and saying, "My friends, the communist knows what he wants. Does the Christian?" The communist knows what he wants, does the Christian, and just sort of telling us to be on our guard. So Fonda Sugar says, you're on my Christmas list. You are just kind. That's what you are, just kind. What a beautiful thing to say. I wouldn't miss you in a heartbeat. Now, Jelly, what a lovely, lovely thing to say. I wouldn't miss you either. And it's lovely to have you with us tonight. Now then, who else have we got? We're a tiny minority in Ireland. Well, everybody in Ireland, you see, this is the lovely thing about the Irish people. They don't necessarily go with the flow. Right, you get the finger pointed at all the terrible things that Britain did to Ireland, but look at the civilization that Britain brought to Ireland in 1,200 years. 1,200 years. And you hear people mocking the monarchy. The monarchy originated in Ireland with the Celtic kings. You see, so you've got that. It's fantastic. But, you know, most of the trouble in Ireland leading up to the Treaty of 1922 was the fact that Irishmen, friends, were killing each other. They were killing the friends. There were instances of them all being at a wedding together, laughing and joking on a Saturday, and then bang, 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 clobbering each other because they disagreed with them politically. Now, how backward is that kind of thinking? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Scottie, who's the fine-looking chap behind you in the picture? C'est moi. That's Lord Reith the Labrador. And he is very fine-looking. And that's his graduation day. I went along to hold his hood. How many countries have you been to? I'm not terribly well-travelled outside of the United Kingdom, but I've been to England, Ireland, Wales. I've been to Germany, to Austria, to Holland, to Belgium. I docked at Ostende, so I've been to Belgium. I've been to Austria, yes, to Vienna. I tell you. And yes, I approached you in Auckland and you said you're Scottie McCLUE. A million people will say they are Scottie McCLUE, right? Because they just love the success over 30. Well, we're in our 34th year now of the big shows. 34 years of success. One stumble, yes, for trusting somebody who should never have been trusted, but there you are, one bad person out of a lifetime of great success. I have to scroll on from the last to get to you. Well, Nigel, I know what you mean, but what we say when we say never scroll, never troll, we mean that once you've found Scottie McCLUE, you don't need to go anywhere else on TikTok at all. So there we are. Methodist stronghold is the West Country and Cornwall. Yes, but what about Wales? Have you not got big Methodist chapels in Wales, the Wesleyan Chapel, no? Or am I imagining that? The last one was a sweet cellar because I have a sweet tooth. We love it. Somebody said to me once, what does your wife do? I said, well, it's really quite hard to say. She sells seashells on the seashore. Yes. Baptists, I believe, in Wales. Oh, the Baptist chapel, yes. I tell you, but the Welsh hymns, I tell you. Now, Joe, sorry, we'll have to say goodbye to you. Bye. Gonna have to shout, bye, Joe. Bye. Bye, Lala. There we are. Come back when you're older. That's fantastic. Now, can you say hi to my mate? The impressionist is a huge fan. Yes, I've just done that. I tell you, not a problem. 5 to 10% for steam trains. Snoop Dogg. I had an idea it was low. I said 30%. I was being kind. What about the likes of the Clyde steamers? So, you know, the Waverley, the Duchess of Hamilton, the Turbines, Duchess of Montrose, the Caledonia, the Mercury, the Juno, the Jupiter, the King George V, the Queen Mary II. That's on another ship now, of course. She's back to just the Queen Mary, sitting in Glasgow. Wonderful 1933. What else have we got in the steamships? They were all around when I was a youngster. Fantastic. I'm just not sure, says Shreya. 38 to 44% for larger steam engines. So, Snoop Dogg, what would the steamships be? That's you in italics. We love that. I believe more in the theory of a devil over totally not believing in God. Well, I think the devil is around. We're seeing some terrible evil in the world these days. And it's not the ones that the fingers are being pointed at. That's the thing. So there you are. It's A people who are actually B people pretending, it's B people pretending to be A people. I believe in Jesus Christ, my Saviour and Lord, but I don't believe in the institution of the church. Which church are you talking about? There is the Church of Rome, the Roman Catholic Church in the Vatican. There is the Church of Scotland. There is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There is the Plymouth Brethren. There is the Church of Christian Science. There is the Methodist Church. There is the Church of Ireland. There is and so on and so forth. There's the Baptist Church, of course. What we're talking about, there's the Episcopal Church. God bless Scotland. You should sell your hat. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Sell my hat. I need to hang my hat. I'd buy that for $1 or $2 for you, Nigel. I tell you, when I go, like, when God calls me, I'll bet you these hats fetch a fortune. It's when you're living. You're never famous when you're living. So there we go. Hi, Scottie, what's your favourite fairly modern Christmas song? Post-1970-ish. This might be pre-1970, but there was a lovely couple called Nina and Frederick, and they had a hit with a song called Little Donkey. Little donkey, carry Mary safely on her way. Nina and Frederick, look it up, Little Donkey. I think it's a 60s number. What have we got here? My gran had a caravan at the clock, and we used to watch the submarines. I know, did you see the lighthouse flashing at night? I lived there for a time, but it was normal then, I tell you. The Methodist Chapel, we call it. Yes, indeed. Then you've got the Quakers as well, who get the quake. They can feel the presence of God within them. Tremendous stuff. So there you are. And there's room for everybody. Are you a socialist? I'm a socialist with a very small s. But I detest what the so-called socialists are doing to our country. So there we go. I am certainly not what was George Bernard Shaw? A Fabian. Yes, we don't want that. I tell you, we do not want Fabianism. That is not good for us. So I would say probably I'm to the centre. John Knox was a famous preacher, London Irishman. I had a lady go up in a blue light because I told her John Knox was a Catholic. And she said to me, Knox was never a Catholic. I said, How do you think the Reformation, what do you think people did before the Reformation? She's going, Knox was quite a man. I'll tell you where Knox was incredibly wonderful. A school in every parish. That's what Knox wanted, education for the masses. I tell you. Now, church bells are a beautiful sound. Oh, gorgeous. We don't hear so many of them. Now, do you like my beard, Scottie? Let me see your beard, Matthew. It's very, very like mine. Very like the one I had. Campanology. Absolutely. The bell ringers. I tell you, Swedish, svenska, yes. Absolutely. My colleagues told me tonight's Black Eye Friday in the UK, so I came straight home. We robbed the best from the rest of the world and put it in a small package. The civilization we brought was the excuse used. I tell you through. Well, B. Jelly, you might have been told that. Do you know for a fact any of that's true? You see, I tell you, that's called being great. So any Protestant built before Henry VIII would be a Catholic church. Yes, all your cathedrals would have been from the Church of Rome. The whole of the West was Catholic originally, absolutely. Hello, Scottie, good evening, how are you? I have been to Nigeria. I haven't been to Nigeria, but my friend was born and brought up in Nigeria. His father was a doctor out in Nigeria. Are you a fan of the series Still Game? Apparently I was the original inspiration because of the bonnets, the hats, you know. Petrochemical and power supply, Japanese. There's only one Scottie McCLUE. Well, I would hope so. Although there's millions pretend they were me. The number of times I've heard people say, did you do this? Did you do that? No. Said it was Scottie McCLUE. I tell you. Evening, Scottie, your good friend Long John Terry here, checking in once again. Dinky do, sir. Long John, we salute you, sir. You're looking as handsome as ever, if I may say. Now, cheery day, JJ. We're going to have to go soon, guys. I can't believe how fast the time actually goes. I need another 50 followers. If you haven't followed Scottie McCLUE, ask yourself what's wrong with you. I digress, you did. You sound like Gimli from The Lord of the Rings. I am Professor Dumbledore. Can you sing a song of sixpence, Scottie? All right, Matthew, just for you. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before a king? There we are, sing a song of sixpence. I tell you, we had William Symington in Lead Hills who built the Charlotte Dundas. Yes, he did. She was built in 1802, and she ran on the Forth and Clyde Canal, and she was called after the daughter of Lord Dundas. And, of course, that's where you've got Port Dundas in Glasgow. You very often see Dundas Street around and what have you. William Symington, that's right. And then the Comet 10 years later in 1812. The problem is they still have industrial expertise still. Before long it'll be gone. The whole world's a stage. Geth Star, you're very, very close. You're on it. 10 years, then subservient to China. You don't know that, Nigel. You know, the old Chinese empire might just change and then we're back in business. You see, it's a double-edged sword running the world because it becomes very expensive. And the real reason that Britain gave a lot of these countries their independence is because they weren't turning a big enough profit. You know, very, very strange. Oh, I've got lots of theories, but I can't discuss everything on here. Scottie, will you ever retire? Oh, yes, Matthew, I've got a retirement plan in place. And I've got to come out when I'm 100, and I should get a lump sum to see me through for the rest of my retirement. I must come out when I'm 100 if I want to get the financial package and things like that. You see what I mean? But, I mean, I'm very young at the moment. I still don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. And we're just building, I've just been appointed to 2 new radio stations. So come on, cut me some slack. They're the best of the rest, I tell you. I like the Scottish for what they've sacrificed. Well, we've been robbed blind for 318 years, robbed blind. We lost all our oil money. Westminster, even last year, we gave Westminster £90 billion for squandering. And they will squander it. They know how to squander, I can tell you. What are you smoking, bro? I don't smoke, bro, so you mustn't assume everybody has your lifestyle. There you are. But I'm sure if people were wanting to go a bit strange, they might join whatever you're having. Evening, Scottie, dinky do. I tell you, I love your country, whilst the leaders degenerate everything. Hi, Scottie. Hi, Michael. Lovely to have you with us. And dinky do. Guys, I've just got to watch. How's the time doing? Can I have another 30 followers right now? That's not too much to ask. So everybody watching, follow. Up to the top left, tap the plus. I will follow Scottie McCLUE. Follow, we will follow Scottie. Hey, it's true, isn't it, Nigel? Yes. I lost weight, says Nigel. Yes, you would. Yes, in the heat. Now, what have we got here? Sounds like Africa. Thank you very much. I'm still connected. Don't know what that is. You will never, says Sean. What are we talking about? We need you, and always will, says Sean. I tell you. You have great respect and kindness, no matter of anyone's belief. Sean, this is a very, very, very right up the top, live on TikTok. And people say, what are you on about? People are on that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful people on TikTok. The whole world is on TikTok. If they're communicators, they're on TikTok. And it's just been incredible, the quality of the people. And we don't have any of these narrow labels. We discuss everybody's ideas, backgrounds, creeds, religions, all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? If Scottie McCLUE was running the world, there would be no more war. I tell you, evening, how are you? I am incredible, but I'm going to have to go because I've just realized the time. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you for all your beautiful, beautiful gifts. I want you to stay fabulous. Join us tomorrow night at 9 o'clock sharp here on the TikTok, and we also double up with the YouTube. I respect you, sir, for that. I tell you, I respect you. God's sake, I'm only just here, says Fiona. Sorry, Fiona. Sorry, Angel. Not to worry. Scottie, Sheffield. Yes, absolutely. Soon to be back in Sheffield as well. Stick your tongue out, say ta-ta. Bye-bye.